Most gardeners spend years chasing the perfect fertilizer schedule, but the real secret to unstoppable plant growth is happening right beneath your feet. There's a hidden method, simple, silent, and incredibly powerful, that turns your soil into a continuous nutrient factory. Once gardeners discover this underground compost tunnel trick, their plants start growing with a level of strength and resilience that feels almost unfair. It works in every season, requires no expensive inputs, and once set up, feeds your garden 24 hours a day without you lifting a finger. The idea is beautifully simple. Instead of adding compost on top of your soil and waiting for it to break down, you create a small tunnel beneath the surface that acts as a living nutrient engine. The microbes, worms, and soil organisms do all the heavy lifting, pulling nutrients from the tunnel and piping them straight into the root zones of your plants. It's like giving your garden a private, underground compost tea brewer that never shuts off. To make this work, you only need organic matter, oxygen, moisture, and biology working together. When you place fresh materials below the surface, protected from sun, wind, and pests, they decompose in an incredibly consistent way, delivering a constant supply of nitrogen, minerals, enzymes, organic acids, and microbe-rich solutions directly to your plants. This creates healthier roots, improved water retention, and faster growth, especially in beds that need a boost or have tired soil. The real magic is in the structure of the tunnel. A narrow, elongated pit allows oxygen to circulate gently while still keeping moisture locked in. This environment is irresistible to worms. They crawl in, feast, reproduce, and leave behind castings far richer than any store-bought fertilizer. Because the tunnel is long rather than deep, plants can tap into the microbial activity across a wide area, not just one small spot. It's the closest thing to creating a root zone buffet that never runs out. To build one, choose a planting row or raised bed and dig a trench roughly 8 inches wide and 8 to 10 inches deep. You don't need it perfect, you just need room for biology to breathe. Into this trench you layer organic matter in a way that encourages both fast and slow decomposition. A highly effective mixture gardeners swear by is 2 cups of finished compost, 1 cup of worm castings, 1 cup of well-rotted manure, and 2 teaspoons of molasses mixed into 1 gallon of non-chlorinated water. Pour this mixture over the trench first. It wakes up the microbes and prepares the soil for the next ingredients. On top of that activated layer, add shredded leaves, vegetable scraps, or spent plant material. If you choose to include biochar, mix in 1 cup of crushed pre-moistened biochar for every foot of trench length. The biochar works like a biological sponge, holding nutrients while giving beneficial microbes a permanent home. Over time, this becomes one of the most powerful parts of the system because it allows the tunnel to recharge itself over and over. Once your materials are inside, cover the trench with the native soil you removed. Do not compact it tightly. Let air move through naturally. Within days, the soil organisms begin migrating toward the tunnel. Within weeks, roots sense the moisture and minerals and redirect themselves toward the activity. And within a season, that quiet trench becomes one of the most productive nutrient zones in your entire garden. One reason this method outperforms traditional composting is that nothing is being wasted. When compost sits on the surface, heat, wind, and sun can strip away nitrogen and moisture. But when it's buried in a controlled tunnel, every part of that decomposition cycle is captured by the soil. Worm tunnels distribute nutrients in microscopic channels. Fungi form networks that tap into the tunnel like cables connecting to a power line. Bacteria bloom, then die, then bloom again, creating these biochemical pulses your plants absolutely thrive on. Another advantage is the stability it brings during harsh seasons. In hot weather, surface compost dries out and, well, it just stops working. Underground, the tunnel stays cool and moist, continuing to feed your plants no matter how extreme the weather gets. In winter, the tunnel breaks down, slowly but steadily, preparing the soil for explosive spring growth. And because the tunnel acts like a moisture reservoir, your plants don't stress as quickly during drought spells. Gardeners often report thicker stems, deeper green leaves, faster flowering, and higher yields after using this method for just one season. But, the long-term benefits are even more impressive. The soil becomes darker, looser, and honestly, easier to work with. Water improves dramatically. Root systems become dense and fibrous, which allows plants to resist pests and recover from damage more quickly. Even beds that struggled for years begin producing like rich, established gardens. The beauty of the compost tunnel trick is that you can place it anywhere, along planting rows, between tomato plants, down the center of raised beds, around fruit trees in a circular pattern. For sandy soils, it adds structure. For clay soils, it improves breathability. And, for overworked soils, it acts like a slow-release restoration engine that keeps rebuilding itself as long as you continue adding organic matter once or twice a year. Every gardener should have at least one of these nutrient tunnels working full-time, especially during active growing seasons. The setup takes minutes, but the payoff lasts for years, and as you refine your mixture, adding biochar molasses, water worm castings, or chopped plant matter, you'll start to see just how responsive your soil can be when you give it an environment designed for biological abundance. If you're serious about creating a garden that thrives with less effort, fewer fertilizers, and healthier soil year after year, this underground system will quickly become one of your most trusted tools. Try it in one bed and watch what happens. The plants will tell you everything you need to know.